This would be part two on my rant of the magic, on the magic of the internets. Um, well, internet or no internet. I think we just have the internet now because it's the place of our generation to project all of our fantasy and love and pain and dreams and hope. Just everything that we secretly dream of for the unknown, but it's too hard to express all of this into real world, and so we project it all onto the internet. But from long, long ago, people back then had their own versions of the internet, and that is fairy tales and storybooks. And the problem with record labels is that when they try to make money off of this, when they don't understand what it is, they don't understand this, fascination that we have for these things on the internet, they make it so cheap and they make it so boring. And I think some of you may or may not know, I'm a pop singer on Sony Taiwan, and I've been in this company for almost 10 years of my life. I'm turning 27 soon, and I signed with them when I was 17. One of the most painful things for me being there is just how mundane everything they were producing really was. I've always felt like, mankind, we're capable of so much fantasy and imagination, but the music industry just paints these really basic canvases for us to project all of this chaos on. And it's such a shame, because I feel like people could be feeling so much more, but you teach them that this is all you know. But this isn't all we know. I mean, I know so many people who, I guess, enjoy music to the degree that I do, and perhaps even more so, is to enjoy it in the context of such fantasy, to really just let the music take you to a whole different world. As cliche and cheesy as it sounds, I'm not trying to sell you a cliche. But I do feel like this underbelly, is people don't feel that, it seems. People don't seem to feel that in the mainstream, this true deep fascination with music. And I've always tried to paint these worlds, with The Adventures of Bernie the Schoolboy, or Galaxy Crisis, or any of the albums that I dream of making. And I am so blessed to have been able to make them, and I just finished making one, and I'll be making more. It hasn't been easy to do it in Sony because of their expectations of me as an artist, of how I should make money for them. And so it's always been really difficult for me to fully transition my career, because I didn't have the conviction that I could make it fully into my career, because I didn't believe that young people would listen to me yet. But I feel like some of the young people in Taiwan are finally, I think, understanding what I've always been trying to express, which was the magic of this underbelly of this unknown, of what our crazy, chaotic, I want to say teenage, because in our teenage we have most of this, but I think it's throughout every stage of your life. I want to show everybody that there's this very special something that you can project all of your fantasy onto. So like I said, that's the goal I've had with the albums that I make, and kind of as like a persona on the internet, but I would say more of that as to just glimpses into like how I enjoy practicing music. But as a producer, and I feel so lucky that I can call myself one, I feel like a producer's job is to design like a listening experience, and that's what I really love doing. Like, I love designing a listening experience. It's not just the music, but I like to design I like to think about how people may actually like project, their fantasies onto, this melody line here, or this the way this reverb sounds. So anyway, I just never really talked about it before because I just felt like it wasn't important or nobody would really listen. But that is, I think that's the essence of Joanna Way. Why I love music and why I make music and why I'm so drawn to the magic of the internet. And I think we all have this deep, dark fascination, and I just want to make more canvases so that young people can project onto it like I did when I was young, and I had, an array of strange, eclectic, beautiful, imaginative music to choose from. Every time I felt like that I engaged myself with a piece of music that I really loved, I really felt like I was being transported into a different world, and that's that's kind of like the little experiences that I want to design for people when they listen to music. It's not to say that I want to control it, because I think the biggest magic comes from the part that I don't know, is that I don't know how they will react to the music they're listening to. And that extra chemistry, actually, I think, is the concept of my music. So, anyway, there's my rant on the essence of Joanna Way, the internet, and fantasy and music.